Live. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, JDO. How you doing? Definitely pulling up. Trust. Trust. Hello, hello, hello. Four thumbs up already. How you doing, man? How you doing? Thank you for all of the love lately. I really appreciate all the support. It's incredible. Always reading your comments brings a great smile to my face. Always. You're very consistent too with the support. Means a lot. Means a lot, a lot. Um, I'm in Florida right now. I just landed. Just flew over here to visit my grandparents. Um, and I just uploaded a new video called "A Message for the Young Artist." Um, very, very nice video. Kind of some reflections on my own experience in film school, combined with my feelings on uh, what we can do as young artists to really make the best use of our own time and our own um, concerns, and to help with really any worries that any of us have. Yo, Marcus, how you doing? How you doing? Yo, Tozak Film Man. Hello, that'd be me. That'd be me. Yo, watching it right now. Yeah, nice, nice, Chris. Thank you, thank you. Hope you guys like it. It's the first YouTube video I've done with my new camera that I got. I just got a Blackmagic 6K Pro, which I was able to get for myself, actually using the money that I've earned from YouTube. So all the support really helps. It helps me produce more content, helps me to upgrade my own equipment, helps me to devote more time to this. So yeah, everything is much appreciated, but I'm very happy that I got it. It's right here. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. I'm using these earbuds are okay. They're the only ones I have at the moment. This is the Blackmagic 6K Pro. This is actually um, the camera that I use in film school at Rutgers. This is the cameras that they had, and I would use these. I use these for a lot of my short films, the Louisa short film, the Echoes short film, maybe even another one, and then Dear Julian, my senior thesis film, which is not out right now. It's going through its film festival run. But yeah, I got one for myself, which I'm very happy about. I'm shooting my YouTube videos on it now. It's incredible quality, and also just putting the camera on anything outside just looks really nice. So it's very cool, very satisfying to kind of just let the camera sit on an image, and it's just cinema. But yeah, I am getting back into a great flow of making short form content. If you check out my Instagram, Tozak Filming, making a lot more. Going to Rutgers too. Whoa, you're going to Rutgers too? Are you? Do I know you? Because I know a lot of people from Rutgers follow my content. Um, but go Rutgers. Are you rah rah? Just graduated May, so I'm done. I'm out of college now, and that's why I'm devoting a lot more time now to social media, my own projects, my music, and my films. Working on my next film project. I'm not going to go into detail on that one. That's early in the works, but for music, I haven't really touched on music before. I messaged you. Ah, yes, I remember. I remember, Chris. Yes, I remember. I think you asked about film school, or you asked about the film club, or something like that. Um, but what was I going to say? Oh, music. I don't really talk about my own music. I don't have any music released right now. That's why I don't really talk about it too much. Because I want to talk about something a lot that I haven't released yet. But you're gonna see it pretty soon, because actually, um, the song is, I've been mixing it for a while, but it's like there. The song is, I'm gonna release it probably within the next couple of days. Just because I've been trying to mix it well for the car. Man, mixing a song for cars, that's not easy. That's got to be one of the, I mean, I don't have, this is my first song, my first single. Technically, I guess my second like official. I made a lot of music before. I make a lot of music for my own social media videos and just other side projects. But terms of like an official release, this is my first one that I made on my own. And man, mixing for the car is a tedious process because it sounds one way on the laptop and headphones. That's why when you're making music, like they tell you like, oh, mix it for different stereos, for different speakers, different setups. But for the car has been the trickiest that I found in my experience because it sounds like one thing here, but and it could sound like maybe a little different on another speaker or to the iPhone. It usually sounds pretty different, but in the car, like it could sound way different. Usually it's like the vocals. The vocals are tough to mix for the car. And the bass, making sure the bass is perfect. Like you don't want it too powerful to overshadow the vocals, but you also still want it to hit. You want to feel the car rock. So yeah, it's tough, but learning through it, it's a lot of fun. A lot of exports. I think I'm on like somewhere between 10 to 15 bounces of the song, just mixing it back and forth. But it is there. Like I listen to it in the car, and if that's the version that I put on Spotify, I would be very satisfied with it. So the song is basically there, like the single, and I'm using DistroKid to put it on Spotify, so it'll be out in like once I upload it, it'll be out in like a week. So that's very exciting. First single is coming out soon. But yeah, big things happening this summer. The music, and once that momentum rides with the music with the singles, because it's like I'm finding that making music is similar to film sets, like being on a film set, where the first shoot day usually the slowest because everyone's finding their footing. Usually, like maybe a lot of the crew haven't met each other. The actor and director working with each other for the first time usually, and then everyone starts to get into a flow, and then boom, 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 you knock out the next shoots after a lot quicker, a lot smoother. And I think that's what's going to happen with my music because a lot of this has been trial and error with this first song and just getting it really right with the mixing and everything. But moving into my next ones, I have a really good idea for the vision. This is going to help a lot with these next ones that I want to go through. I'm also, it's good finishing mixing this song now because I'm starting to get tired of this song, listening to it over and over again. I'm like, all right, I want to work on something new. So I'm very motivated to just have fun with the next songs, get them done, and then yeah, just bang them out one after another. I want to do a record. That's what I want to do for the summer. So it's like 5 songs, including the single that, or not included the single that I'm working on now. But yeah, so music for films, again, that senior thesis film, Dear Julian, I'm playing around with like if I want to release it on YouTube, because if I release it on YouTube, there's might be some regulations with festivals that I want to get it into that don't allow it for online streaming. But I don't know. I got to see. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And then again, I have another film project that I'm in the works of, but I don't want to talk about it too much right now, just because it's super early in the works. But it is definitely, I mean, it's my biggest one yet. Just like every other one, just like every project that you work on, the idea is you want to get it more ambitious, right? So that's what I'm doing. You're on my list of peeps I want to inspire my content around. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, Marcus. Thank you, bro. That means so much. That's awesome. There's so many. I get so much inspiration from other content creators. That's actually similar to my YouTube video that I posted today. I talk a lot about inspiration. Like there's this phrase, the best artists steal. And it's not even about stealing. It's about seeing what triggers your creative spirit and then figuring out why that is so. So you liking something like a piece of art, a piece of content actually informs you about who you are and informs you about what you care about and informs you about your own artistic voice and what you want to put out into the world. So I feel like being inspired is an indicator of the type of work that you yourself would want to make. So it means a lot that my content can inspire you. That's incredible because the type of content that I'm putting out, the creativity stuff is stuff I really care about. And I don't see, I mean, I see more of it now on Instagram, but to the level like about really exploring the creative mind and really seeing its capabilities and seeing how we can, get deeper within the nuances of the creative process. That's like something I really would love to see just expand. And I want to, I'd love to be a pioneer of that kind of movement here on social media, but it's a lot of fun stuff. If you care about it, if you see it as a mission, because it is a mission, you're gonna grind. You're gonna grind on it. Sevian, yo, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Tim, fire, Tim. The hooded is out. Oh yeah, I gotta Tim, I gotta finish the graduation vlog. I gotta finish watching it. I'm gonna finish after later tonight. I'll probably get time around to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. me and Tim both went to Rutgers. We both graduated in May. So, and we both made graduation vlogs and vlogs throughout school. Do you share with us the process when you have finished releasing the song? Ah, yes, good question, actually. Um, so funny thing with the process, I had a hard drive with, I think it had, I just checked my SD cards. I have a good amount of the footage, but I think some of it got deleted because one of my hard drives busted. Um, it's it's not working at the moment. It could be expensive to repair it, but it is what it is. Um, but I do want to make a video for sure. I'm pretty like I was planning on making a video, um, talking about my first song. So I want to do, yeah, I want to do something about that. Um, just talking about, you know, what it's like to, what my experience has been like mixing my first song. And I don't even want it to be like too technical, like, okay, this is how you do it. More just like the emotional and spiritual experience of like, okay, I finished this song, this is what I'm thinking about it. And yeah, I think a big part of the message and a big part of the video would be around, not a big part, but something I want to mention is taking space, because something that I've done with the process of making this song is I take space, um, because I'll be in one mindset about it, and then like I just take a few days and I'll be like, oh wow, this is actually great. I love this. This is fine out how it is. You can get too zoomed in, and then you just start to overthink, and you start to. But that's the artist journey. That's what it's about. But it's something big that I'm learning now with this song. So just taking some space makes a big difference. But obviously everything in balance, because you don't want to be working on a song for too long. Then things start to get into it that aren't meant to be there. That's what producer Rick Rubin talks about, which I think is very true. Uh, Graduation cap. You know what it is, Tim. We graduated. We're free men. We're free. We're out here into the world. You know, it's something I'm doing right now this summer. I'm working on videography, freelancing. If anyone has videography freelancing tips, let me know. Um, I've been talking with Ben Lerner, who's another content creator. He does a lot of videography, freelance and stuff. I'm trying to talk with him and other people who have done it before. Um, a lot of research, making my website and everything. But hey, if it's a way to make money, it's connected to what I love to do. I feel like that's the idea. Nikhil, Nikhil. What's going on, bro? There's another Rutgers film peeps coming in. How you doing, bro? I hope the mixing's going well. Nikhil, I'm the grind is real with mixing this song. The grind is very real. I have to send you an updated. I mixed some more of the song, so I'll send you a new version. Maybe you have time to listen to it. Nikhil's been helping me. Oh, nice! You watched my new video. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the support. I appreciate it a lot. What'd you think? I think you were in it. I'm pretty sure I put some clips of you in there. Put a lot of clips of the film school vlogs. I think I want to do a film school best moments video for the YouTube. Like my last, because there was a lot of days where I vlogged, but I didn't have enough footage from that day, that individual day. So I just didn't make a full length vlog. So I have so much, like, I have footage from like a few days, like maybe like 4 to 5 days. That's just like still in my SD cards that are like golden footage, like really great moments too. Just like the rest of the videos. Nothing's gonna top that nosedive into the trash can though. But I wanted to make like maybe like a 10-minute like highlight reel, like best moments for film school. That would be sick. That would be so much fun. That would be probably the most fun video to edit thus far. And then I can get the footage, the best moments from the footage that I haven't used. That would be my excuse, because I don't know if I want to post more like vlogs, like full length vlogs, because yeah. But anyway, have an existential realization about music and my art. That's amazing to read. That's the ideal point. I hope that's a good thing. It sounds like a good thing. Even if it's scary, it's a good thing. Iconic. Yeah, iconic. Man, if you guys haven't seen that moment, go to it's called, what I think it's called, like, what happens in film school stays in film school, I think is the name of the video on my YouTube channel. I think that's my favorite vlog, just because of that moment. It's so great. Oh, Michael Hayes, dropping by during my break to say hello. Hey, thank you for dropping by. Thank you, Space Ocelot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Go off, you space kitten. Back into work. Are you in work maybe? Or maybe you're already gone. I appreciate it. But yeah, I've been plotting about conquering the New York hip hop scene. Yes, dude, I believe in you. You speak with such confidence about that. I wholeheartedly believe in you. You just got to put in the work. That's what we got to do. That's what all of us are saying. The film guys at Rutgers. It's just we got to grind this summer. Like this summer, like celebrate graduation. Lock in though. You got to lock in. We don't want the summer to go by and then like getting back into the because it still feels like summer vacation, which it is. But we lock in, we'll be rewarded. We'll be rewarded by the fruits of our labor. But yeah, we gotta. There's a lot to do. With a lot of great power comes great responsibility, right? So a lot of time, a lot of freedom, a lot of choices. So yeah, but dream big, think big, and just go for that. Follow your North Star. That's what I want to. I want to make a lot more. I'm so excited for the content this summer. I really want to make content about that, about like things to help you get into the lock-in mindset. Because that's been content that I've been consuming lately. It's really incredible to see a lot of people talking about that now. Like this phrase lock in. I think maybe now lock in is like a cliche or something, but I think it's a great mindset that is being popularized. Um, just because so many of us are growing to have our own goals and dreams and our own ventures that we know we have to go on, but they're hard decisions to make. They take strength to make, to be disciplined. And not all of us are following through with that path that we know we can be on. But if you lock in, that's choosing the higher path. That's choosing the harder path ultimately. But if you do what you want right now, you're gonna get what you don't want. If you do what you don't want right now, you're gonna get what you want because it takes hard decisions. It takes the hard life to get the good thing. Um, so yeah, it's lock-in season. It's always lock-in season, but this summer especially with the free time, bro, it's we got to go all in. I think that's the I saw someone make a reel about that recently. It's like summer's this beautiful time where you can really transform your life because you have most of us are if we're high school, college, whatever, we have that summer vacation kind of time frame of just free space, just free time, and we get to decide what we want to do with that. We can decide if we want to stay inside all day playing video games every day, not getting any sunlight, or we can block out hours of time, get into a routine, make sure that we follow up on actions, you know, and really like transform what our circumstances look like. Um, but again, you got to lock in. But that's the beauty of summertime. That is like a really beautiful thing. That's something I've always thought about and meditated on throughout all the summer vacations throughout my college years, and especially now. This is like the biggest one yet because now college is done. There's no more college summer vacation after this. This is real life. This is out into the real world. But yeah, I want to make content surrounding around that because again, my common phrase on my social media is dream on. Right? Dream on. Dream on. You have dreams, dream on. Follow through with them. Don't just stand idly by because they're not gonna complete themselves on their own. So what does it take to actually grind on something? What kind of content can help others lock in and really help with whether even I think anything can help. A video about strategies, a video about just pure motivation, a video about wisdom, a venting video, anything, just content in general. I mean, that's the type um, that really helps. Something that I've been noticing, actually, something that my relationship to social media has been changing um, for the better in this way, where instead of like going on and scrolling a bunch um, and kind of just mindlessly consuming, um, because a lot of my algorithm is for a lot of this like self improvement content, creativity content. If I do go on social media, a lot of times what will happen is I'll see a couple reels and then there's a message that resonates so deep within me that reminds me of my dreams. And then when I'm thinking about my dreams, I'm like, I don't want to be on social media right now. I don't want to be scrolling right now. And I feel like that's a really great algorithm kind of, what's it called? I guess content within your algorithm to have on your own social media, content that brings you back to yourself, content that recenters yourself. Um, but yeah, it's the kind of content that I want to be putting out. Um, but yeah, do you guys have any projects that you're working on right now? Anything that you I've been wanting to make spiritual content, but I'm inherently shy and private, trying to get past it though. Spiritual content that is I think ultimately the spiritual content is the most important. It's the most important thing that we're lacking collectively. So that's a super important thing to talk about. Um, it's a part of your spiritual journey, for sure, to come in contact um, with the parts of yourself that are shy and private. Not that anything is wrong with those parts, but obviously there's a reason why there's that tension. So if you haven't been doing it already, I'm sure you've already thought about reflecting on that. And that's something that I also like. That's something that I have dealt with before in my own conceptualizing of my own videos. Specifically when I want to talk about spiritual things, like how much do I dig deep into this? Because ultimately, my biggest when I think about like my mission and all the things that I want to do, the thing that strikes me the most, the thing that I resonate with the most, the thing that gets me in my feels the most is like uh, bringing as many people as I can in this lifetime closer to God and just being on the path to follow God. And that is that's the thing that speaks most to me. But I don't want to make the type of out front certain content that other maybe religious or spiritual people make. It's just not the content that I feel like I'm meant to be making right now. But I always talk about I connect spirituality to a lot of my videos. And spirituality is the most. I mean, it's the most. The spiritual life is the most important thing for me um, in my own life, and I want to kind of build that bridge. I want to talk more about that in my videos, and it's something that I'm going to grapple with this summer as my content evolves and as my voice evolves and as my, as I kind of orient myself and navigate myself through this content space of, how do I really talk about these things that I think are really important in the right way. Um, I have to do it in a way that resonates, and you have to do it in a way that resonates. So, whatever you think you should talk about, whatever you feel like you're meant to talk about, like I would say, like the videos I've made so far, I feel like all these ideas have resonated. When I make a video, when I'm working on a YouTube script, I have questions um, that I journal about. I have a bunch of questions on like my Google Doc where I organize all my notes. And one of those a few of those questions have to do with like, okay, how is this important to my mission? How does this support what I want to put out into the world? How does this connect me with my audience on a deep level? And I'm always talking about spirituality there, and the soul, and God, and all these things. And yeah, it's I think that if it's really important to you, then and it resonates, and something you're meant to be putting out. You could even make a video on that. You could make a video on being shy. You could make a video on being private. You could make a video on what it's like to grapple with those things and how those things affect the things, the sort of objectives you have for yourself, what you want to put out into the world. And also venting content where you just talk to the camera, because some of the content I make and a lot of other content creators, there's a lot of editing, a lot of different shots, B-roll. Some videos are just straight up someone just talking to the camera, and it has like hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. Like people will watch it. Um, it's just I think that the commonality between all those videos is clearly people who doesn't seem like they're really on a script. A lot of my videos, I'm talking on a script. Doesn't seem like a lot of them are going off on a script. Feels like it's something very true and genuine, and that's why they can just talk. And I think that people feel that from the screen. That's why a lot of people watch it and consume that content. I think we're at a precipice in our lives. It's so scary how easy it is to let ourselves bleed over from year to year. I got to put in the effort to structure the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Of course, I know what you mean. I think we all feel it. I think we all feel it in the collective. And I think it's a result of our current age of conveniency. It's never a certain the conveniency that we have, more so I guess in first world countries, but really like in most parts of the world, the conveniency that we have to kind of just chill. And ultimately, I do believe that the point of life is happiness and joy and just and peace. But right now, and in the way that we kind of relate to just laying back and not really doing anything is I think it's dangerous, and I think it's a result of weakness. And that's not to say that that's not to speak down on ourselves, but it's the whole saying of, like, like weak men create hard times create strong men. That whole saying, it's true. And I think right now in our lifetime, we're going to witness that transition of the hard times creating stronger men, stronger people, stronger human race. Um, and yeah, I think that but it starts like one person at a time, and collectively, like we're all on our individual journey. That's why I think the beautiful thing about social media is it's like this double-edged sword, like you can indulge in it. It can be your biggest weakness, or it can be a great strength, right? Um, Share the messages out there. But that's but the people, but what you're describing, what you feel, that's what I really do want to speak to. That's what I really do want to speak to. And again, everyone who has their own dreams, that's why I always say dream on. Not religious, but being connected to source and healing, helping others to heal their lives. You do it too, for sure, with your content, with our creative side. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. The creativity, I think I think the artist journey, the creative journey is so spiritual. It is extremely spiritual. It is emotional. It's from the heart and soul. I think that is the whole idea of creativity. Is creativity is like anti-logic. That's how I kind of see it. Because creativity, anything's possible. It's limitless. It doesn't have to make sense. It can feel right, and that's enough. And getting more in tune with that, your sensitivity, your soul, who you are, right? That's like the sorcerer's stone of the artist's journey. Peace out, Nikhil. Thank you for stopping by, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for your words. Best of luck with your music right now. I'll see you soon, I'm sure. But yeah, like creativity, like the more that we get in tune with our own creativity, the more we get in tune with this energy that's coming from a very deep part of ourselves. And that deep part of ourselves can inform the other areas in our life. That's why I think if you lean into your own creativity, you lead a creative life, you're actually helping yourself on so many other levels than just your art. You're getting closer to your soul. You're getting closer to what you want to say. You're getting closer to what you care about in life, because your art is a reflection of what you truly care about, and who you are. And it's a reflection of your soul. So if you're getting closer to the language that helps you reconstruct your soul, really, in a sort of outer manifestation, whether it's to a song, or whether it's to a film, or whether it's to a story or writing, the closer you get to that language, the more you're speaking with yourself. And the more you speak with yourself, I think it's just so interconnected with the whole self-improvement um, uh, movement going on right now, and the whole, finding yourself and finding out who you really are. And I think that, again, like that content I really care about. The fact that you feel that calling right now is like, that is your soul telling you that, right? And yeah, like you're saying, helping others to heal their lives, right? Source and healing. All of that healing is a higher calling, right? You want to heal. You want to intentionally heal. And if you lead emotionally, if you lead with your heart, then you'll make content that the type of content that we really need in the world, in the kind of scope of social media that we have right now. And I think that's a good way to frame it too, like content that heals. Are you making content that heals? Are you making content that actually helps other people and has the potential to really help people as they watch? I can feel content that heals when I'm watching it. Like I can feel actively when I'm watching a YouTube video that really resonates, or it's speaking to me in a really profound way, or I can feel like actively in the moment, like, wow, this content is actually, like, just to use that phrasing, yeah, this content is healing me. Like I feel like this content is actually like when you're doing something, you shouldn't be doing, or maybe you're doom scrolling for a few hours, right? You're like, okay, this content is not healing me. This content's hurting me. I know it. Like, it. When it's the opposite, it's really nice, right? Like when you're consuming something that is really healing, something that's really helping you, it's like, wow, this feels good. I know what's happening here, and you can feel it. So that's a really good framework, I think, to use. Make content that heals. Yes, your intuition guides you. Yeah, intuition. That's what it's about. I think intuition. I feel like intuition is more powerful than any piece of technology that we could ever create, because I feel like intuition. Oh, I believe that it's God talking to you. True intuition, true deep intuition. That's the voice of God, which is more advanced than anything we could ever make. But intuition is, if you look at it from like kind of a, I don't know what phrase to use, but our human race, right, being the most evolved. I say evolved because there's so much we can learn from the ways of other species, but the most evolved species on this planet, most, I guess you could say, developments within the brain. We are at, like, if you look at our timeline as, I guess, like a one of the one of those like sandworms, I guess, in Dune. We're like here at the top, right? Because we're here in the present moment, and everything is in the past, and we only know the past. We can't see the future, but we're right here. And when you use your intuition, that's like using the wisdom of not only you, but all of the generations from behind, all of their collective understandings of this world, and all of the lessons and all the trials and errors, and all of that is coming to this now assessment that you're making on whether it's a decision to make or just a feeling or something that you want to do. It's now guided all the way up into this moment where you feel this thing, right? And that's why you can't really explain it. A lot of the times intuition isn't really meant to make sense. That's why it's intuition. That's why it's not really logical. It's not really like it's a thought or you're thinking about it. It's just intuition. You feel it. It's an idea. You don't have to explain it because it has so much backed up behind it. So I think it's actually the most reliable source. And I think that's the more like, maybe, I don't know if pragmatic is the right word, but like technical or scientific definition I would give to intuition. But again, on the spiritual level, I believe it's God talking to us. But you follow the intuition. You follow what is ultimately best for you. You'll follow what's right. And again, creativity, super linked with that. Super linked with that, because creativity, the creative process is almost entirely intuitive, because you don't have a textbook for how to make this song that you're working on. You don't have a textbook for how to make this film or how to write the screenplay. Sure, it's been done before, and sure, there's strategies that work that can help you, and you feel through it. But this specific thing that you're working on, it's never been done before. It's never been written before. So there's no textbook. There's no rules that are the end all be all. So it's intuitive. You have to feel through it. You have to go with what resonates the best. That's the best that you can do. And it's not even like, oh, that's the best you could do. No, that's literally the best you could do. That's the best thing that you can do for that, is to not overthink it. That's another video that I'm working on now. You're overthinking your art. Intuition, feeling. That's the name of the game right there. But yeah, that's all super important stuff. I hope that you go forward with that and you reflect more on it. You could like write down ideas. You can jot down ideas. You can, I don't know if you've already like written them down anywhere. Something that I do, my creative process sort of for videos is when I have an idea, and ideas I can't really explain, like how I get them. They come to me because I ponder on these things, and you can do things to have, ideas come to you faster. That's a lot of content that I put out, is how to attract ideas. But I put the idea, I write it down, the title that I imagine for the video. I force myself to just write for like 15-20 minutes, no matter whatever the sub idea of that idea is. Just write it down, just stream of conscious, and come back to it, reflect on it, like why did I write all these things? Let me see what I'm writing about. And then I like to write out scripts, but I kind of want to pivot for a little bit more from the scripts. I like to kind of stream. It feels better when I'm just talking from the camera. I don't have to memorize specific sentences. That feels a lot better. So I want to kind of pivot towards that. But yeah, and then from there, if it's making videos, you get however ambitious you want with the making of the video. But yeah, I think I will. Thank you. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Go for it. We need it. We need content that heals. We need content that heals. Thank you, Carla, for the conversation. And thank you for always the lovely support. Because I know you've been here before. So I appreciate you. And I hope that all is going well, and all goes well with those videos if you decide to do it. The healing, the content that heals. So I talked about it before, but the first single is I'm gonna aim to get it up on DistroKid by the end of tomorrow, which means that it'll probably take like a week. So maybe Friday, if it could be out Friday. DistroKid doesn't really give you a specific date. It just tells you, okay, like this is the max amount of days that it'll take to upload. But one time, the last song that I put out was, I think we put it out on Friday and it came out the Friday after. So, and I think it's business day. So if I put it out Sunday, it should be out by Friday, which would be nice. Keep doing what you're doing as well. Thank you, Carla. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I hope you guys enjoy the new video. But yeah. Any other projects you guys are working on? Anything else that you guys are doing? I'm trying to think about myself. I talked about my music. I talked about content. Well, I talked about, we got into the deep talks. That's good. Check that off the live stream list. I would like to live stream. I've done it before, but it would be fun to live stream something. Whether it's like, the thing that I've done before is like live stream making a song. I'm also down to play a game, but I'm not too big into gaming. If I do game, it's usually just with other people. If I'm spending time with someone. But there's a lot of things I could even, I don't know if this be of any interest, but I've seen people live stream like presentations, or like the live stream is a piece of content within itself, if that makes sense. I feel like that's interesting. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's opens up maybe conversation too. And that could be just like a presentation or slideshow on like certain things with the creative process, or anything at all, really. I could think of a lot of ideas. But I feel like that'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, live stream ideas. I know last time I asked and I got, or no, actually, no, I asked a different question. I just asked for content ideas. If you guys ever want to let me know what kind of content you want to see, please. I have a bunch of videos that I have yet to make that people have told me to make, and I'm excited to get to work on them. And whatever you guys want to see, I'm always open. I always want to hear from the community, hear what people want, and then get to work on it. Kind of like give my own experience on it, or my own take on it. Yeah. Again, all the support means the world to me, because the support that I have from this community is a huge part of the kind of content that I'm putting out. And it's a sort of, is the stream ending? No, stream's not ending. We chilling. Thank you for, what is that? Oh, I thought that was a potato or a lemon with glasses on. I thought it was a lemon because I used to have a YouTube channel called Hooded Lemons. I had it with my friend Christian, who he's in Texas now, but we're best friends. We used to hang out every day. We started a YouTube channel, everything, called it Hooded Lemons. Is it still on? You probably search it up. Oh my god. It's so funny. It's but the profile picture was a lemon with glasses, I think. That looks exactly like that. I'm pretty sure that was the profile picture. Pretty sure. Let me check real quick. Hooded lemons, which is weird. It's like, wouldn't it have a hood on, not glasses? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Wow, it looks like almost identical. Wow. Shout out to my 61 subs. You know who you are. That's great. And we have 66. So I have to update that, I guess. I just bought like 8 used film books, including Dory by Robert McKee. Wow, nice. I want to get that one. Any book recommendations you can give me? Wow. Book recommendations from for film specifically or just in general? Um, that's awesome. Story by Robert McKee is, yeah, that's been on my list for a while. Film, be curious to the ones that you got. The one that I've been meaning to read. Actually, my friend Nikhil, I think he has to. He said he might lend me his book. Is the one I can't remember what it is, but it's a book by the director of 12 Angry Men. I really want to read that one. I know I'm gonna love that one. I know that I feel it in my soul, intuition. I just know that I'm gonna get a lot out of that writing. And I love Sidney Lumet. That's a director. He directed 12 Angry Men. Also, um, Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino, which is one of the best movies. Making movies, maybe that's what it is. Let me see. Sydney. Yeah, I think it might be uh, making movies. Oh, it's either making movies or on direct and film. I think it's on direct and film. I think it's on direct and film. I'm pretty sure it's on direct and film. That one sounds more. Yeah, amazing book. I'm excited to read Sidney Lumet. But I would say yeah, that comes to mind. I'm also a huge like I love the conspiracy theories for Stanley Kubrick. So I have Kubrick's Code, which I haven't read yet. I started reading it. It's awesome. um, it's about Kubrick's books, all those theories about his movies. I just feel like it's fascinating. Um, and I don't know, other books on film. Oh, On Writing by Stephen King is really good. I'm currently reading that. I mean, I've been currently reading it for the past like 2 years, but something I come back to every now and then. It just feels really nice to read a few pages every once in a blue moon, just because Stephen King has so much wisdom, and I feel like a lot of his points on writing apply to screenplays and can really help. There's a lot in that book that I disagree with. I take notes on every book I read, and there's a lot of notes where like I disagree with a lot of his points, but then there's a lot of things that I just love and I resonate with very deeply. So I think it's good to challenge yourself, and also challenge, like, don't just take everything for granted in a book. Don't just just because it's there doesn't mean it's true. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing I was talking about before, is like the artist's journey is not about following a rule or a law. It's not about coming closer to understanding how rules work. It's about, if anything, it's the opposite. The artist's journey is about stripping away the barriers of yourself and being vulnerable and learning about who you are as a soul, and then translating that into your art. So whether that aligns with the rule that you read about or not, I think rules, if anything, are to bring us closer to ourselves. And the rules that we resonate with, the tips that we resonate with from these books, those are things that we're meant to use. If we don't like an idea from a book, we don't have to follow it. But man, it feels really good when you're reading a book and something just really hits. You write it down, or you just, yeah, like this or here. I got to use this. And I felt that a lot while reading On Writing by Stephen King. I love to use bookstores so much. Yeah, I just got Earth and Its People. That I don't know if it's a textbook, a book on history from Thrift Books. I know that one's it's a popular site. I love it. It's great. They've got so much variety, so many great books for cheap prices. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Cheaper prices. That's why get it new if you can get it used. And it's like, you know, similar experience. But yeah, read more books. Read more books. That's awesome that you're getting into more books. That's awesome. That's really great. I also so badly want to make films, but being solo, no actors, crew, nothing, not always having a strong creative flow doesn't help me. Man, I really do love making films, short feature. Make a film. Make a film, man. Make a film. We were in make a film by yourself. I've done it. Other people have. You could totally do it. Creative flow. Creative flow, yeah, that can definitely watch my content if you want help on that. Um, but yeah, I was in the film club. I was president of the film club at Rutgers for a couple of years. I was in that club for a while. Made so many relationships from that club, um, and there's just so many people in that club who, like you're describing, just they wanted to make films, but they didn't really have people, or they didn't have much resources. And of course, the club was an outlet, to make films and collaborate, but then they started making films on their own, and they started to actually do it, and they started to, I would help push them. The club would help push them to actually do it. Because if you feel that itch, especially like, you know, if you're like, oh, I want to make film so badly, just follow it. Like, there's certain desires that nothing can stop it, you know. So if you follow that itch more and more, it's going to become more and more unstoppable, more inevitable that you do make a film. You got this. I believe in you. Do you have any ideas maybe for like films that you, or even like just inspirations? Like if you watch a movie, right, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to make a movie like that. Like for me, it would be like 2001: Space Odyssey, or a Ghost Story. A Ghost Story. I'm like my film Dear Julian, this last one I made, my senior thesis film. That's like my a ghost story. That's like, oh, I want to make a film like a ghost story, and then I did it with the short film I did, and nothing feels better than that. And if you watch a film and you just feel like, oh man, I'd love to make a film like that, just maybe imagine like, okay, well, what would it look like if you made a film like that? Could you make a short film like that? Maybe like that can give the emotional experience or the feeling that you get from that. Could you replicate that? Could you recycle that creative energy somehow? Do your own take on it? You can use your inspirations really, really well in that kind of regard. But yeah, I mean, I would say do it. You know, I would say make it. I would say do it, make the film, get ideas down, journal, set a timer for 10, 15 minutes. Boom. Write down any ideas that come. Or first, once you have an idea, or go on a walk, try and think of an idea for a film, something that hits, boom, you got it. All right, now set the timer for 10, 15 minutes. Write down as many ideas as you can for that idea, for that concept of a film. You could definitely crank something really nice out. You use your phone as a camera. You know, I have this camera, this Black Magic camera. This is after using things like my phone for a camera. First phone I made was on my iPhone. I used all my siblings and remade like Michael Myers, like the Halloween movie. And then I started learning throughout the years, and now I've been able to purchase this camera for myself through the steps, through the different films that I've made. So gotta start somewhere, but you get what you have, you put together, and also you can make really beautiful images on bad cameras, on low end cameras. You can make like I've seen it before. Like sometimes just about finding the right angle, the angle of how the light hits the subject, or wide shots are beautiful too. I'm getting very specific, but I'm just thinking like if you just like I feel like wide shots are the easiest to make like beautiful. If you just find a nice location, if you pull the camera back far enough, find something symmetrical, find cool line and shapes. Something about watching like a character in a lot of space. There's something about it. Something about it's like a hack, I think. I have some dream films I would love to make someday, but being dreams, they require more than me and my skills. Otherwise, I love the film called 52577. That makes me want to make something. Oh, I've never heard of that film before. 52577. 52577. Interesting. Film from 2017. I gotta stream bot my live stream so you guys can see what I'm searching up. Um, that's interesting. I'll have to check this one out. This looks cool. It looks really cool. Um, that's funny. This is actually giving me vibes for the film that I'm working on now, which is the working title is Cosmos. Um, this is really cool though. Yeah, there's something about this imagery. It feels very surreal. I'll have to check this one out. Um, but yeah, if that gets you excited, imagine what it'd be like to make like a short version of that with one character yourself. You could act, right? I'm already thinking of ideas. I know nothing about this film, but I'm just looking at the images and I'm just imagining. Like I'm looking at space. I'm looking at surrealism. Looking at maybe a loner. Looking at friendship, chaos, more space. Character finds something, sets him on a journey. An extraterrestrial object. The world becomes bigger. I mean, these are basic archetypes and structures, but I don't know. Ideas are so incredible. You just start branching and branching. Something that can help too, something I'm gonna make a reel on, is like, imagine your story is already done. It's a fossil. This is something that Stephen King talks about. And your goal is to dig it up, not to create it. A lot of times we think about, okay, we got to make our stories from scratch, we got to create it. But imagine your story is already done. Your film is actually already completed. Now it's a fossil, and all you have to do is dig it up, meaning all you have to do is follow the feeling, and it gives you more confidence of like, okay, this feels right. Okay, I'm digging more and more, I'm getting it. As opposed to like, you're following ideas, but then that's my grandparents. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But you start following an idea and you get more confidence of like, okay, this is really leading somewhere. And then that's it. That's all you need. Oh, shoot. I have 1% on my laptop. I didn't even realize. Let me get my laptop, or let me get my charger. Hold up. If I run out, I'll be back on the stream in like a minute, because it takes like 2 seconds to charge.